They go buy your cassettes, and then later, 30 minutes later, we're the devil, and they're going to have a record burning in the back.
Live from Lakeland, Florida, it's the Jeff Adams Show. Starring Jeff Adams.
You can't get more Alabama than that, man. What was up with that, Bubba Bo?
Oh, now he hung up on you, dude.
It doesn't mean you give up. It means you carry on. If it's really a passion in your heart, you're going to continue to do it because you love to do it.
Jeff has a serious bathroom phobia.
Yeah, even my own kids, my son.
It's because he's got all that negative energy around your bathroom phobia. Like, it attracts bad scenes. You know what I mean?
I don't make this stuff up. I don't make it up.
The Jeff Adams Show is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/The Jeff Adams Show. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. The Jeff Adams Show is brought to you by GoDaddy. They have everything you need to put your business online. Find new customers and get started. It's go time. Visit GoDaddy.com. Enter promo code Jeff20off and save on your new purchases. You can also get a .com domain for $2.95 or transfer a domain using promo Jeff295. Some limitations apply. See website for details. PodFund, the first crowdfunding platform for new media, has arrived. Raise money for your podcast, internet radio station, or video production. Go to podfund.com for more information. The FBA, the Florida Basketball Association. No egos, they play for passion with heart. Great basketball. Check thefba.com for local schedules. BitGravity, the exclusive HD provider of the Jeff Adams Show and TTB Network. Trust BitGravity. Visit bitgravity.com for more information. The Jeff Adams Show is produced on NewTek's TriCaster 460. Stun your viewers, not your account. Visit newtek.com for more information. Mangrate. Mangrates are an amazing tool for serious grillers. Constructed from 100% American-made cast iron, these grill grates cook with radiant heat and are a more efficient way to barbecue. The Jeff Adams phone line is sponsored by Glory Sound Studios. Call in today and be part of the show at 347-637-2596. That's 347-637-2596.
What in the world? We were talking when you guys couldn't hear us. If you're watching this live, we were actually talking about how many dang commercials can we put in one roll here on the Jeff Adams Show. I think next week I'm going to throw in, I got a new pair of shoes sponsored by Jeff Adams. But this is a Jeff Adams Show. We take calls. We interview influential creative people like authors. And we try to help you understand the meaning of life with creativity. That's the important thing. We try to laugh. Sometimes we get serious, but in the end, we want you to the road of recovery, of being creative and what? Happy. Got a debate with somebody the other day about being happy. They go, you can't choose to be happy. And I was like, well, we got a little more, it's a mindset, but you got to get yourself there. You can't be all depressed. A happy heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit saps a person's strength. There is hopes and dreams in life, but you first must pursue those dreams and you can't give up. That's the important thing. Hope deferred makes a heart sick, but a dream fulfilled is a tree of life. Follow your dreams, except it's only if it's not the one. And I repeat, the one that you had to dream in your underwear at work. That's not good. We take live phone calls. or you can interact in the chat room at the JeffAdamsShow.tv or at a great network, the TTB network at the TechBuzz.net. We're live on the Stitcher app, TechBuzz Network, and the Roku channel, and that is called on the Roku channel, the TechBuzz Network. We are live at WLMN 98.5 West Virginia, and we like to call him Mr. Rogers. He's probably flying around in a private jet right now, flying President Obama somewhere. But you can call the Jeff Adams Show now at the Glory Sound Studios phone lines at 347-637-2596. Or you can come in the chat and chat live with us at the JeffAdamsShow.tv or the TechBuzz.net. There we go. Boom. Get all those things out of the way. So, yeah, man. Steve, you talking about you were on vacation, the pre-show. And I want to introduce my co-host before I start talking. That's rude. I just start talking to him. I want to introduce my co-host, the CEO, the original broadcast magic of the TTB network, and he does all these other crazy things for all these other shows on our wonderful network, Mr. Stephen Haywood. How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing well, Jeff. It's good to... Well, we're getting a little echo here.
Oh.
Yeah, we're getting the echo. I think it's from your Blog Talk or Skype or something like that. There, it went away. It's the echo cancellation. You got to love these newfangled tools.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it's Father's Day Sunday, and I don't know. I don't know what to think of Father's Day. You kind of look forward to it. Maybe you get some cool stuff, and maybe I'm going to be jealous. I don't know. I mean, more than likely anything out like a nice, fresh new iPad or something, but that never happens.
I get ripped off this year.
What do you normally get for like Father's Day?
My kids usually get me a card and stuff like that, but this year I get ripped off because Father's Day is on my birthday.
Well, dude.
So I get ripped off. I don't get 2 days. I only get one this year.
Yeah, it's confusing, right?
No, it's cool. I don't usually ask for it. My wife starts hounding. Does your wife do that for special occasions for you, like birthday or Father's Day? Start hounding, like, what do you want?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if it's just a guy thing, but me, I always say, I don't know, like if I want it, I go and buy it, or I'll save up money to buy it, or like I never know what to tell her.
I don't know. I don't know what to expect for Father's Day. I do know that my schedule gets crazy because tomorrow I'm going to go drive an hour, stay the night at my folks' house so I can spend Father's Day with him, maybe Saturday play some golf or something. And then Sunday, my wife informed me that she's taking her dad and all of her brothers and sisters and myself to the beach. We're going to grill out on the beach on Sunday. So, yeah, I mean, it's spread out. So I'm going to be pretty much on the road all weekend long traveling.
That sounds like fun, though.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, Father's Day is Smother's Day. More than likely I'll be doing some kind of work anyways. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully not. I hope not. But hey, you know what? I was at, have you ever heard of this thing called couchsurfing.com? You ever heard of that?
I can't say that I have heard of it.
This is really, really bizarre to me. I mean, I think it's just one of those things. It's like a social network. And if you guys get time, go check it out. I'm not affiliated by this website by no means.
It's not an advertiser?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Not yet.
No, not yet. Maybe after I say this, there probably never will be an advertisement for couchsurfing. I just think it's just an odd site. It's a social network where if you like to travel, I guess it's somewhat cool of an idea that you could do this, but it's just basically a website. It's social, and if you travel, you can crash on someone's couch. And there's these different profiles set up all over the world, United States, and basically you can crash on someone's couch. Now, there's just I went to the website, I'm looking, I'm going, this is who? I mean, maybe if you're, when I was a musician, it sure beats, when I was in my early 20s sleeping in the van, I guess it would, help, not sleeping in a van and sleeping on, but sleeping on someone's couch, you got to feel so uncomfortable. And what if something just happened to me? I'm not going to go get disgusting with this, but you can only imagine, if someone just bamboozles you, you're sleeping on someone's couch and just something happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I signed up just so I could get in here. If you want to show what explain this to us.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically, if you like to travel and you're traveling all over the place. And
so what would I do? Like create an event? Like let's say, okay, you're going to the beach Sunday, right? So you would create an event. Say,
no,
like,
you would first create a profile.
Okay.
And then I guess it matches you up. If you were traveling, if I was traveling in your area, it'd pull up profiles that people have profiles, and you hit them up and say, hey, could I crash on your couch? Now, I actually went through these profiles, and I said, this is a pretty cool idea for bands, but I really thought, this is kind of like, it should be called onenightstand.com, because it's just, these profiles are set up on this thing. You look at it and you go, who in the world would do this? Because some people would say, hey, make sure if you can stay here and stay on my couch, but if you stay on the weekends, I can cook you something to eat. It just gets really weird on so many levels. So yeah, well, let me grab this call real quick. We got a phone call, so hang on.
Maybe we need to give that to Slick. Remember one of my co-hosts from Weekly Roundup? He might be able to live off of that.
You're on the Jeff Adams Show. Who's this?
Hey, hello. This is DJ Red Hot.
DJ Red Hot? Are you really red hot? So what's going on?
I guess so. What people say to me in my music, fortunately.
Oh, so what's going on, my man?
Hey, I'm a part of the Couch Surfers.
Oh my gosh, you're part of the Couch Surfers?
Oh yeah.
All right, so explain to me. Explain to me exactly. I mean, to some of the people about this thing. I mean, have you run into any weird stuff with this?
Oh no. Basically, most people have a profile and references.
Okay.
So if they have a bunch of likes, then you're essentially good to go.
Yeah, but I mean, how many couches have you actually slept on?
I would say over the past 3 years, only 4.
4? Was it weird?
Nah, because the referral.
Yeah, but it's still you're just say I'm not trying to get gross here, but just say you have some kind of stomach bug or something. You're at a complete stranger's house, and there's one bathroom. Say there's an apartment, whatever, studio apartment. Hey, you can crash on my couch. What if you have a studio bug? You don't know this person. You're uncomfortable. How uncomfortable? It just would get awkward. That's just me. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what to say.
It's not. It's fine.
It's just
pleasantly well.
It's pleasantly well. So you've only used it 4. You've only used it 4 times. I just look at it, and I saw it. And I'm just like, wow, this is a pretty cool idea, but I don't know, man. How do you know that there's not some guy that wants to kill you or a gal that wants to, you're sleeping on someone's couch and they got a knife over you and goes, gotcha.
Yeah, it's just referrals. I mean, as long as they're certified through referrals, I guess other people initially had to take the go ahead first.
Yeah.
In regards to staying at someone's house.
I guess it's a good idea. Maybe I would have tried it in my early 20s. I don't know, but
you couldn't do it, Jeff, because you couldn't use somebody else's bathroom.
Well, hey, I did use someone else's bathroom the other day in my office. I did, and basically, hey, DJ Red Hot, thanks for calling. I basically used this bathroom. I had to go. We're on the 6th floor, and I know on the 12th floor there's all these conference rooms and everything. So there's only like one person up there, and these bathrooms are like. Remember taking a deuce in the public school bathrooms? It's kind of like that experience. Like on the 6th floor, we have a bunch of lawyers with us where we work. And if you go to the bathroom, they'll just start talking to you. And I don't like people talking to me when I'm, doing that stuff. So I started sneaking up to the 12th floor after I drink a cup of coffee. And, but there's this crabby man that everybody always talks about that actually has an office up there. And he always yells at everybody. So I was all paranoid. I go, I haven't met this guy yet. What's he going to say to me? He wasn't there. But anyways, yeah, I do have a problem, doing that. So, hey, let's go to break, and we're going to talk to a very, very, we're talking about Father's Day, an author that wrote a book about raising your kids. We're going to talk to Chuck Chapman when we come back from break.
It's a beauteous day, a wondrous day. The flowers bloom and the animals play. The sun peeks out and I need to shout in a happy way. It's a beauteous, wondrous, simply scrumptious day.
It's go time.
It's a beauteous, wondrous, simply scrumptious day.
GoDaddy.com. The Jeff Adams Show is brought to you by GoDaddy. They have everything you need to put your business online. Find new customers and get started. It's go time. Visit GoDaddy.com. Enter promo code Jeff20off and save on your new purchases. You can also get a .com domain for $2.95 or transfer a domain using promo Jeff295. Some limitations apply. See website for details.
It's go time, baby. Go time. Maybe GoDaddy.com should use me as a, the regular commercials they run at Super Bowl. I go, it's go time, baby. Hey, visit GoDaddy.com, enter promo code Jeff20off and save 20% on your new purchases. You can also get a .com domain for $2.95 or transfer a domain using promo code Jeff295. Once again, I'd like to thank GoDaddy for being a sponsor of the TTB Network and the Jeff Adams Show. It's really easy to use. Check out those domains. I know, maybe Chuck needs a new website. He's about to come up here. Hey, use the promo code, man. It helps us stay on the air. Thank you, GoDaddy, for being a sponsor of the TTB Network and the Jeff Adams Show. So many commercials, Steve. I just don't know. I'm going mad. I feel like I'm constantly reading. But that's a good thing, right? I mean, shows that you're making some noise a little bit, I guess.
Absolutely.
But anyways, I want to talk about my next guest before I bring him up live on the phone line. I think it was like last week. He had hit me up through social media on Twitter, and this gentleman, Chuck Chapman, has written a book that has to basically raising your children, and it's called Not Raising Cain by Chuck Chapman. I'm gonna pull him up here, and we're gonna talk to Chuck here. So I hope I don't screw this up with me screening these phone calls here. All right. Hey, here we go. Chuck, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Chuck. What's going on, Chuck?
It worked.
It worked. You know,
love the power of technology.
When you're doing these things, Chuck, I mean, sometimes, one time I got struck by lightning. I mean, my whole system went out doing a show, and I had a co-host who's luckily at a different radio studio, so he kept on going without me, but I couldn't even log on. It was like last year. So you never know with these things. When you do stuff live, it gets crazy. But Chuck, I got the book. I haven't read it all the way through.
Good.
It's about 71 pages. So tell me,
112 on Amazon.
112.
Shorter.
71 on my PDF. Chuck's correcting me. All right. So basically, I thought to have you on here in this segment would be so great because of, you know, Father's Day coming up on Sunday. Because a lot of men question themselves. I question myself sometimes when I get up in the morning with my kids. I have 2 biological kids, and I have a kid I adopted from Haiti, and it's a circus sometimes. And sometimes I just say to myself and God, I'm like, God, what am I doing? And so when I saw the title, of this book, I was like, wow, this would be a great segment. So tell us about this great topic that you've written about.
Well, you're right, Jeff. It's a tight wire act every day being a dad, and especially in the culture that we live in, where, you know, if you turn on TV and things like that, you know, dads aren't necessarily portrayed as the brightest bulbs in the box, you know?
Right.
So having the confidence to do it right is really important. But this book kind of came out of my experience, my story, and my background. You know, I was raised by a single mom until I was 5, and then I had a stepdad, and we weren't really that close. But I dealt with all of those issues of abandonment, and as I grew older, eventually those things, you know, played out in my life with bad choices, and also really got in the way of me having a good relationship with God because of all those father issues that I had. And then as an adult, I've had the privilege of working with families and kids as a therapist, and done a lot of work with kids who were incarcerated in the juvenile justice system. And, you know, I guess, you know, through 20 plus years of working with other people's kids, I've seen enough Cains out there. You know, you've seen them all, the self-absorbed, the rebellious kid.
Right.
They don't take any responsibility whatsoever. And so this was a book where I had an opportunity to address dads out there and kind of start with a negative example and then show them through God as a parent how we can do this correctly.
Yeah. It's a tough journey sometimes being a parent, you know, and you like I said earlier, you really question yourself sometimes. And if you're doing the right things, because I think more than likely, from my angle, I question things that my parents used to do to me and how they used to discipline me. And I'm like, am I doing the right thing? And I think it's like a generational scenario. I think every parent questions what their parents did. And it goes down the line. Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right job? And it's, you know, it's interesting. I used to work with troubled teenagers at a place called House of Hope many years ago, and it is so true. It really comes down to great parenting, and I've seen just a lot of kids, especially when it comes to having a relationship with God, that came through a bad thing with their father. They had a hard time accepting God as the father. Could you kind of explain that a little bit?
Yeah, and you used the word journey earlier, and that's kind of the metaphor that runs through the book. You know, any kind of journey, you know, if we're going to take off, I use the metaphor at the beginning of my book. You know, if I want to go to Disney World, I've got a map in front of me that's got all the roads mapped out, and I'm looking for signposts, I'm looking for landmarks, so that I don't accidentally end up in Cocker, Kansas, where the biggest ball of twine.
Right.
You know, it's something that we want to look at, a good model, and what better model to look at than God the Father.
Right.
You know, the challenge for men today is that for us to do that, you know, we're being given a roadmap with some mistakes in it from our culture.
Yeah.
And we've got to learn to shed that cultural skin, so to speak. before we can do that. There's a lot of things that God calls us to do as dads that just aren't really played out in the culture. One of those things being, working a 60-hour work week, and,
right?
Taking on our identity as what we do for a living, and not really putting being a dad as a priority in our lives. We talk a lot about that kind of thing in the book.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing it and reading it because I mean it hit me at a timely manner. It's funny how the big man upstairs works via social media, and I saw that. I was just like, because I was having some rough days with the kids, and just getting up in the morning, just going, wow, what do I do? Right. What do I do? And I think most parents at some point on the level they get there and they feel that way. And no one, and the interesting thing about this book is I don't think anybody has written a book that's just geared towards the, son, daughter, father, God the Father.
Right.
And that's what really interested me about this book, because there is a huge disconnect there if it's not done properly. And
right. Well, if you look at God, okay, we sometimes forget his role as a father.
Right.
He had kids, and you look at the 10 Commandments that he gave to what I call his infant kids. Israel, they're just trying to survive at that point. And, his instructions to them are kind of like the way we deal with anybody that's got really young kids.
Right.
You say, don't stick your finger in the light socket. You don't explain to them the principle behind alternating current.
Right.
You want them to stay alive. And that's kind of how the 10 Commandments are. But then you see later on, as as Israel grew up and got into their adolescence, and Jesus comes to kind of launch them into their adulthood, so to speak. You see the Sermon on the Mount goes back and looks at those 10 Commandments, and Jesus says a lot of things like, "You've heard it said, don't kill, but I say to you, don't assassinate people's character." He goes a little deeper in that, just like we do with our teenagers. And then he winds up the Sermon on the Mount by saying, basically, I want you guys to take this show on the road. I want you to go out on your own and live like this. And that's exactly the challenge that's for us as parents. We are, trying to keep kids alive. I know my kids are 10 and 13 now. And in a lot of ways, there's a lot of challenges there. But when they were young, when they were crawling around, a lot of times I just wondered whether they were going to live to the next day. You had to keep an eye on them all the time.
Yeah,
now
it's crazy.
You're kind of teaching them some of the real deeper things into life. My son's 13, and we're having a lot of conversations about, not just what decisions he makes, but the whys behind the decisions, the long-term consequences of those decisions. So I think if we follow that model as dads from the Heavenly Father, we're going to be on the right path to make sure that our kids are going to end up, what I use in the book, I use the phrase Jesus kids. They're going to end up with.
Yeah. I mean, we need something that happens here globally and especially in the United States. I think if we can fine tune that and get that and make that a priority, especially in the United States, I think we're going to see some drastic turnaround. So like I said,
God.
Go ahead.
God created the family as the family's kind of the atom,
right,
of his creation. If that's the case, dads, we're the nucleus of that atom, and we've got to be healthy dads. We've got to be present dads. What you're seeing in our culture today is just the consequences of a lot of dads not being present, whether that's physically, like it was in my case, but like I said, over 20 years in education and working with families as a therapist, it didn't matter whether they were I worked in inner city schools, I worked in rural schools, I worked with wealthy families, and honestly, there were a lot of absentee fathers who lived in the house. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They were there, and they paid the bills, but that was about the extent of their role. And we just can't have that in God's family.
That's right.
It's just not going to work that way.
It's not. So, Chuck, where can these fine people listening and watching right now get this book right now?
Well, they can go on Amazon and search for Not Raising Cain, and it's available by ebook right now. Or they can visit my website. That's www.thechuckchapman.com, and there's a place to order it there. They can get a link if they like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. My friends and family, I'm sure, are probably tired of seeing me plug the book. I want to make sure that everybody knows about it. This has been a result of a calling for me to get this information out there, to share what I feel is such an important message to get our churches and our families and our nation on the right track through building better dads.
Well, thanks, Chuck, for taking time today and calling us. I'm looking forward to reading the book, and we got to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. The Jeff Adams Show.
You know, it's tough when no one's hiring. I mean, Bigfoot shows are just non-existent on TV anymore. I need work. This is some of my highlight reel best moments of me playing Bigfoot. So if you have a movie or you're, need a Bigfoot, I'm your guy. This was one of my serious roles where I played Bigfoot, and it's called The Stop and Stare. It takes a lot of talent to pull this off, a lot. Classic walk and stare at the camera, a lot of talent. This was only one take. It did not retake anything. Total pro. When you hire me, I can do this in one take, easy. And this is my classic run with the football, bounce the head up one time. Very hard to do, but like I said, I'm the pro to get the job done.
Sean hasn't discovered Audible.com yet. He uses his smartphone mostly for social media, where he's become quite skilled in abbreviated communicating. Sean thought this skill would be good to demonstrate to a potential employer who inquired about his spare time. OMG, I totes heart soch mead. Hire me, lols. Don't be like unemployed Sean. Use your smartphone smarter. Try one of the hundreds of thousands of titles at Audible.com, an Amazon company.
The Jeff Adams Show is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/The Jeff Adams Show. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
This is the Jeff Adams Show. So glad to be back.
This Father's Day, think Man Grate. You see, the quality of the grates on your grill matter. Man grates weigh in at 8 pounds each and are made of 100% cast iron. Conventional grates are made of thin, light stamped steel. Man grates can even help out around the house. A conventional grilling grate could never do that. Instead of using hot air to cook your food, Man grates use radiant heat, locking in the juices and flavor each time you grill. So whether you have a gas or charcoal grill in your backyard, Man grates are the perfect gift for the grill master in your life. Act now to take advantage of our special Father's Day offer.
I tell you what, I'm just going to make one big commercial of my show. I get overwhelmed. But hey, it's a good thing. I like to thank one of our sponsors, audible.com. And just as we had Chuck on here, I was talking to Chuck earlier via email. And I said, Chuck, you need to get an Audible version of your book. And he says, you know what, Jeff, I want to talk to you about that. But audible.com, for people like me that are always on the go, don't have time to read as much, just makes sense. So if you go to the audibletrial.com/the Jeff Adams Show, you can get a 30-day free trial. That's the audibletrial.com/the Jeff Adams Show. You can get a free book. And there's so much to choose from on audible.com. And, I've got Monday through Wednesday when I'm driving into downtown Tampa, I've got, it's morning. I got, I don't have much to do. So I have to listen to things. So it works great for me. So go to audible.com and use audibletrial.com/the Jeff Adams Show and get yourself a free book. And make sure you share the love and you make sure you use that code to keep us on the air. If you don't, we might not be on the air next week because we didn't pay bills. All right. And also, the Jeff Adams Show is sponsored by Man Grate. And Steve was asking me, he's like, hey, dude, he goes, you really used it over the weekend? It was really good. I said, yeah, Man Grate works. I cooked a pork tenderloin on this Man Grate. And let me tell you something. It was juicy. It was just something like you ordered in a restaurant. And Man Grate is fantastic. And if you go to the jeffadamsshow.tv, you can get this Man Grate for $19.95 with a beautiful brush. And let me see if I get this brush pulled up right here. Yeah, Man Grate. You can also get your own logo on there. If we wanted to, Steve, we get like TTB Network on here, or the Jeff Adams Show, whatever you would want on this brush, you can get. But I wouldn't really understand why you would want to have the Jeff Adams Show cleaning your grill. That's just me. But Man Grate, go to jeffadamsshow.tv and get yourself a Man Grate today. And I'm telling you, you want a high-end, nice tasting steak, chicken, you name it. Man Grate's it. Go to jeffadamsshow.tv, hit the promo code, boom, and it'll take you there. Order it, $19.99. You can't beat that. Man Grate, I like grilling. It's great. It's fantastic. Mwah, I'm going to use it tonight. So anyways, Steve, action-packed. I feel like I'm just doing reads all the time, Steve.
I know. I keep telling you. But I do want to ask a question before you get to your callers.
Yeah.
You said you use this thing, this man. I'm a little skeptical because I'm allowed to be skeptical.
Okay, you can. All right.
I'm really interested in this. The guy is probably going to laugh when he hears me say this, but I can never find my hammer anywhere. My wife takes my hammer. So I'm thinking, I'm just thinking, I'm just throwing this out there. I've seen in the commercial, the guy uses it as a hammer. So my thought is, maybe my wife would leave it alone if I bought one of these things. I could cook off of it. Because we know you can cook off of it, but he shows it using it as a hammer.
Yeah, it's cast iron. I mean, this thing's heavy. I mean, I think I got one right here. Let me try. See, it's so heavy. Look, this is it. You can get them all to fit across your grill, but this thing's pretty heavy. Yes, I guess your wife would leave you alone with this thing because, you can't, you'd have your tools. You could definitely use it to
hurt somebody.
Yeah. But it works. I mean, you just heard it slam on the floor.
Yeah.
So, anyways, have you guys, Steve? I know you're not that big of a sports guy. Have you been watching any of these NBA finals?
Nope. Since Orlando wasn't even in it, I didn't care.
You're an Orlando Magic fan?
I am an Orlando Magic fan.
I had no idea.
Since the beginning, my friend. Anthony Hardaway, Dennis Scott, Shaquille O'Neal.
But anyways, I've been watching these NBA finals, and you know, I've been a little discouraged. I don't really like the Heat as much as all these other bandwagon people that love the Heat. But it's so funny. I saw this tweet. It was like Tim Duncan, who plays for the San Antonio Spurs, the center. You know, they came back into Miami. The series was tied 1-1. Miami took one in San Antonio. San Antonio took the other one. They came back the other night, back into Miami. San Antonio just blew them out. They shot like 72% from the field, which is unheard of. It doesn't happen. But it was funny because the Miami Heat fans, they're so stupid. I don't even consider them real fans. And if you're a Miami Heat fan, stick it, because you know what? If you like your team, you're going to stay with them, and you pay, $1,000 for a ticket, you're going to stay through the whole game. These fans are so fickle, they were leaving out right out the door, not caring about supporting their team. Come on.
Well, they
bandwagon people.
They probably didn't stretch before the game.
Yeah, Hey, well, let me grab this call real quick. Hang on a second. All right, here we go. You're live on the Jeff Adams Show. Who's this?
I'm on the Jeff Adams Show. It's Paul Martinez. What's up, man?
Oh, Paul Martinez. What is up, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. This is a fan I'm not a bandwagoner, man. I'm Bulls when they had Jamal Crawford, Eddie Curry, Tyson Chandler, last place, Scott Pippen scoring 5 points per game in the early 2000s, and last place. This is real fan right here.
I thought you were going to say, I thought we were going to have to get in a fight. I thought you said, I'm a real fan. I'm a Miami Heat fan. I was going to just take you to school and just say, I was going to give you
don't really exist, man. And I'm from Miami.
Yeah, I was going to give you a test of who was the original starting five of the Miami Heat if you were really true Miami Heat fan. But so you're a Chicago Bulls fan, and I know it's been a little rocky for you. You lost your superstar there for like 2 years. So at least you're faithful to your team. What do you think about all this LeBron James versus Michael Jordan crap as a Bull fan?
The LeBron James versus Michael Jordan situation. Man. Well, first of all, the big show is in the finals, right? That's like the most important series, I think. And that's when you win the ring, when you take home the trophy, And if we compare Michael Jordan's final statistics to LeBron James' final statistics, it's not even a contest. And a lot of times these guys want to compare by age. They want to say LeBron James has more overall points at 29 than Jordan. Well, first of all, LeBron came in at the age of 18. Also, Jordan retired 2 times.
Right.
And also, overall points has nothing to do with averages. So if they want to play that game, let's do Jordan versus LeBron at age 29, their final stats.
Okay.
How they did in the finals at the age of 29. Michael Jordan played in 1991 and 1992. He was 29 years old during the 92 finals.
Okay.
Those 2 series combined, he averaged 34 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, 9 assists per game, 2 steals, 1 block, 542 field goal percentage, 464 3-point percentage.
Where are you getting this? Do you work for ESPN?
34 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, and 9 assists. Pretty impressive.
That is pretty. Paul? Do you work for ESPN?
James, at the age of 29 in the finals, 4 finals: 2007 with the Cavaliers, 2011 versus Dallas, 2012 versus Oklahoma City, 2013 versus San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah.
LeBron James, and he's 2-2. 2 finals losses, 2 finals victories, and 2 finals MVPs. Jordan has 2 final wins and 2 final MVPs. But LeBron statistically is, in his final appearances, 24 points per game, 8 rebounds per game. He has 2 more rebounds than Jordan, but scores 10 less than Jordan. 6 assists per game. And that's the one that strikes me a lot, because everyone loves to say LeBron is a pass-first player, which is true.
But he cheated. He cheated, Paul.
11.4 assists in the 91 finals.
LeBron James cheated, Paul.
4 assists in the 91 playoffs.
He's ignoring you.
First player when needs to become a pass-first player, he passes better than LeBron. He has averages that LeBron has not touched. LeBron's best averages when it comes to assists is not even close to 11.4. His best average of assists is 7.4. And Jordan had 8.4 assists in the whole playoffs on his run to the 91 title. So when you compare Jordan and LeBron's final statistics,
Michael Jordan wins.
Jordan has 10 more points, 3 more assists, and just 2 less rebounds. I don't know what you think about that, man.
What do I think about it? All right, I get to talk now, Paul. Paul's all passionate. He's like, Paul's all passionate. He's like reading. Listen, Paul, LeBron James cheated. For one, Michael Jordan didn't cheat, right? Michael Jordan didn't cheat. He stayed on the same team. So I'm with you. I'm not going to argue this point. Now, do I think LeBron will probably end up with more championships than Michael Jordan? Probably so. But the thing is, that's always going to go down. Yeah. If they add Carmelo Anthony to the mix in the offseason, I'm not even watching the NBA anymore. It's stupid. It's like it'd be watching the Dream Team in the Olympics. It's so fixed. It's stupid. But LeBron James is a great player, but he's never – the thing is with him, he's never going to have the respect because people say, oh, he did this, he did that. He's never going to have the respect as Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan stuck with his real team. And that's what I can't stand about the Heat. All this, like, you know, coming up on side each other and playing, hey, let's play together. And it just makes the NBA dull. And you know what? I hope the San Antonio Spurs kick Miami's butt because I'm sick of the Miami Heat. It's stupid. I can't stand it. And thanks for your call, Paul. I just spent it. Man, that guy works for ESPN or something. The guy had crazy stats.
He did. I was like, where did that come from?
He's got crazy. You know what? But I agree with him on those stats.
Oh, yeah.
And but anyways, did I talk about Tim Duncan's wife? About I can't even remember. I got so flustered.
No, you just started talking about a little bit about that. But you know what? They said the same thing about Kobe Bryant, right? Kobe Bryant was the next Jordan, and then it's like.
But I mean, at least Kobe Bryant did it on his own terms. He stayed with the Los Angeles Lakers. That's the crazy thing about it. He stayed with the same team. Yeah, he got mad a little bit and he wanted to be traded, but he did that to management to show him, like, dude, get me some players. And guess what? When they did, they won 2 more championships back to back. But it's just I can't stand this Miami Heat nonsense. All right, we got another call. Let me grab it real quick here. Hang on a second. Hey, you're on the Jeff Adams Show. Who's this?
Alan Petzel, how you doing?
Who's this?
Alan Petzel, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, man? What's going on? Hey, turn down your computer.
Told me to call.
Turn down your computer.
I'm on the phone.
Yeah, I'm getting crazy feedback. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Are you there?
Yeah.
Caller needs to mute the computer. Yeah, there you go.
So you calling from Tampa?
Yes, I am.
So what's shaking today?
Well, I got a call from a couch surfer who said to get on the radio to talking about couch surfing.
Oh, okay.
I haven't heard anything about couch surfing.
Oh, well, we talked about it earlier. The show's been going all over the place, but yeah. So, do you use couch surfing at all?
Yes, I do. I've been a member for a while now.
Okay. So, do you host?
It's really interesting, and
do you host?
I love it.
Do you host people?
Yes, I do. I haven't. There's a host is a person that gives up his couch or a spare room to a surfer. A surfer is the guy that's out there surfing or traveling.
Right.
So I want to travel to Europe. So I figured I need to build up a portfolio so people know about me. So when I ask them, hey, can I stay at your place? They look at my portfolio and then they see that, hey, I'm a good guy.
But your name's Alan, right? Alan?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Alan, do you get any kooks? How many people have you actually had stay at your house?
Let me tell you something. When I first did it, I thought, well, I'm just going to get some people that are from around here. I have gotten people from all over the world. I cannot believe it.
This is crazy.
The first one is the rough one, because you're doing it. It's your first time.
Right.
And the guy that stayed with me, he was his first time, but it was pretty cool. He was just out of the armed forces, and he didn't know what to do. So he loved playing baseball. So he's writing a blog about baseball, and his goal was to go and travel all the baseball teams and see them all over the country. And so he called it Baseball Dreaming.
Okay.
Said, wow, what a great idea. You know, I've never even thought of that. So he wrote into the blog, hey, he was here, he was nervous. The first time doing it, I was nervous too. But, you know, after a while, it was, that's it. Once you get past the first one, it was like unbelievable.
But
I had a couple stay with me, and they came to the Ron Paul convention.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would have gone to that, but because they were here, hey, I went over there. I learned a lot. You know, had a great time.
But Alan, do you
from Colorado?
Do you have a do you have a good sized house?
From Chile. He comes here like every 3 or 4 months. He buys some RVs, used RVs, ships them down to Chile, rents them out, and then sells them. Comes back and does it again. Very, very nice gentleman.
But let me ask you this: do you have a good sized house? Do you live in an apartment? You know, how does this work?
I have a 3-bedroom townhouse, and I had a spare room. Now I got a roommate, of course, and he's in the spare. So the people stay in my spare room. Listen to this: I had a guy from France, Paris, France, come over here. Sucker was 6'8". And it was the first time that, I didn't have a spare room. I said, look, all I have is a couch, but yeah, you're welcome to stay, because he was a business guy. And he said, no problem. So he stayed. Hey, my couch was long, 6'8". He said, no problem. Slept like a baby.
I bet. Yeah.
So it's really interesting when you open up. I believe if you put good out to the world, to the universe, good comes back to you, and that's what's happening. I mean, these really good people have been coming over and staying with me. I'm learning a lot. They're learning a lot from me, and because you write each other, what happened during your stay here, and it's usually positive.
Right. Positive.
I've had a girl stay here from Czech Republic, and I always offer to pick them up at the airport because in case they're not driving. A lot of people don't do that, but I was the first one I picked up. I picked her up, brought her to the house. She couldn't believe it. Man, she loved the place because I'm a real clean freak,
Yeah.
And she took her laptop, chatted with her mom, and then walked around the place and showed her the way it was.
Yeah.
Turned out she's studying to be a brain surgeon up in New York. I couldn't believe it.
Good grief. All on a couch, baby.
Very, very interesting people, and I really dig it. And get me is I'd like to find out how they did that, because they've been in business before the web.
Right.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think couch surfing is a very good site. It doesn't cost anything. I mean, I paid $30, but that was just to verify that who I am and where I live.
Right.
Send you a big postcard. I mean, huge. With
Huge.
A real long number. And then once you get that postcard in the mail, you put that long number in and you're verified.
Well, thank you for your call, Alan. We heard a lot about couchsurfing.com, kind of, but the experiences. He seems like he really enjoys couch surfing.
Well, I think we got our show title for today.
Couch surfing, baby. Oh, we got one
couch
call.
surfing.
Let's see if this is another couch surfer. This is freaking me out. I mean, what is it with these callers today, too? I can't even say a word in edgewise. Do they hear me? Is this mic on? I don't want to be rude and hang up on them.
I hear you.
Loud. I'm trying to ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Jeez.
I hear you.
Caller, please be nice. And when I talk to you, please respond to me and quit. Everybody wants to chat. Everybody wants a soapbox. Get your own show if you want a soapbox. Crying out loud. You're on the Jeff Adams Show. What's going on?
Hello. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, who's this?
This is Second Chance.
Oh, dude, you got to bring me out on a good note, man. Rap me something good, because that guy, he's all about couch surfing, man. What you got for me today?
Simple. Yeah, man, I got a little freestyle about basketball, man. With the Heat doing what they doing right now, they finna win this championship. So.
Is this the guy? Wait, is this the guy that did it last week? That he just was like.
Yeah, this is the same guy. Steve.
Oh, here we go.
Nice. All right, what you got? Let's hear this. Let's hear this,
all
puppy.
Right, check it. Listen. Striving to be the best of all at B-ball, 5'9", ducking on dudes at 7 feet tall. When my dog pull up J's, they all pause. Proving we belong belong in this league. It's our cause. Come hard, we all stars and so raw. And we block shots like brick walls with no flaws. I can slam dunk the ball to make them all, but if Jeff throw the alley, they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Yeah, I rep Christ and I'ma praise him. Came out of that jungle like a cave-in. We finna make it happen. When I come, I get the ball and then I dribble it. Take it to the middle, then I dunk. I mean, I'm killing it. So that your side goes straight with the heat. Yellow LeBron is the king, but the KJB is the one that I rep. So we step for the king, repping Christ in this thing. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time, Jeff. I appreciate it, man. I just want to call in and bless the mic for the king, man.
Yes,
Miami
sir.
is finna win it.
Boom, 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 boom.
That
you got
was
something
awesome.
about couch surfing?
Something about couch surfing?
Yeah.
Be careful who you let couch surf at your house. You might let some weirdos couch surf at your house, and well, yeah, it get real. I've actually experienced it myself, so be careful.
Yeah, you gotta be careful out there. Hey, Trevor, dude, I want you to call in every single week, man, because you know what? Your raps just make me feel good, man. It's fun. Thanks.
I appreciate that, Jeff. I definitely will do that for you, boss.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah, that was awesome. He needs to come up with one for next week about the couch surfer guy that called it, and that would be a riot.
Oh, that guy is ridiculous on the mic, man. He is ridiculous.
Oh man,
I don't know. I didn't want to make the couch surfers mad.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it. You know, I think it's dangerous more than anything.
It's like hitchhiking, right?
I mean, this could be a whole show topic for a whole show if we had, you know, all these couch surfers calling in, because I'm sure someone ran into a bad experience. There has to be some negative thing that's happened with couch surfing. You know? Yeah, exactly, Steve. Yeah, you wake up and some guy is standing naked over you or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you go, oh.
I thought you said you wanted to end this on a good note. Now you just burned that into my head. Poor Roger's going to have to be hitting the... He's probably sitting in the radio station going, oh, my goodness, mute, ban, kick.
Yeah, well, you know, it's the truth. I mean, watch the news, for crying out loud. This stuff's going all over the place. But, you know, couch surfing, not too sure about it. I just don't know. I just don't know about it. It's freaky deaky. Who knows what? I mean, maybe there's some great experiences. You know, they became friends, you know, yada, yada. They went to get some coffee. But the thing is, I don't know. I mean, I guess it does have its perks, because if you want to save money and,
please don't
not pay for a hotel.
Please don't.
I'd prefer to live in a, you know, take a hotel, you know, and pay the money if you had the money. It's still weird. Even if I sleep at some relative's house and it's not your own house, you feel weird, you know? I mean, if you know the person, you still feel weird because you're staying in someone's house, you know? You can't pass gas when you want to pass gas, you know? You have to hold
knew
it.
it. I knew that was the issue.
And you're miserable, and it's just odd. And then the sheets and the pillows don't work. And like my wife, you know, we go out of town, the pillows have to be right for her. She has to bring her own pillows. And you know how much money we spend on pillows because she leaves the pillows at the hotel rooms and someone else's house?
What if
Tons of money.
What if they didn't wash the sheets?
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that.
What if before you got there, you know?
Well, what about the couch? What if you got a couch? Think of all the nasty stuff that happens on a couch. And they go, sorry, bro, you ain't got no sheets.
I've stayed in Vegas before. Trust me. Ain't nothing surprised me. So if you go to somebody's house, use your imagination.
I know, but I would probably ask if I was a couch surfer. I'd probably email them and say, hey, do you have a couch? Do you have a bed? I'd probably bring my own sheets. Just saying.
No. If you're traveling, though, you can't bring all that stuff.
Yeah, you can. Mostly what, these people backpacking or something?
Well, yeah. I mean, if they're going from place to place, are you going to take a set of sheets with you overseas to Europe?
Yes. Yeah. You take underwear, why not take sheets? It's the same thing. You want to have comfort, and you want to lay down on something that you know that your body's been on, and your own skin particles are on that sheet. Yeah, you take your sheet, man. I'm not crazy.
I forgot I spotted up.
Not crazy. I'm just, whatever. Well, it's been an interesting show here on the Jeff Adams Show. Stephen Haywood, thanks so much for producing the show, hanging out here on the TTB Network. It's always a pleasure. The show is all over the place. I didn't know what to expect. We talked couch surfing. We talked raising your children the right way. And we went all the way to from basketball. And some guy from ESPN called in, just went off on these stats. Then we had a rapper call in. someone from a couch surfing again. It's all over the place. You never know what you're going to get on the Jeff Adams Show, but thanks for tuning in. And we will see you next week here on the Jeff Adams Show on our fabulous network, the TTB Network. Check us out. Share with your friends about this show. Okay, I'm going to do my President Clinton. I'm out of here. Peace out. Couchsurfing.com.